You may have seen these things online. They're like a jaw exerciser, a type of thing to get a better jawline.
How's it feel, Drew?
What's the talk?
Women and men are like putting all this stuff on to figure out how to get rid of the droopy eyes. It's actually a facial muscle issue. And were they just to do some jaw exercises and focus on not mouth breathing, it completely changes the structure of the face in just 2-3 months.
So this is going to be my results after 30 days of consistent use of these things. They came in this little funky box, and then there's 2 of them here. They're not the big ball type that looks ugly and in your mouth, like I clickbaited this thumbnail with, because it just looks better. These ones are supposed to be more effective. They got like little holes on them, and then they have like a flat side. You're supposed to chew the flat side, I think, on your molars. And I'm gonna give these a quick wash, and then we'll do an initial test, and then I'll keep coming back to give you updates on how these things work. And for the record, this is my jawline with no use, day 1. And we'll check back after each update to see how this is going. I'm gonna try to keep the lighting pretty similar so it doesn't distort the jawline that we have going on. I'm not doing any funky posing or anything like that with this, although you can to change up how your jawline looks. I'm just relying purely on these so you guys get a unfiltered, proper result. They say you just have to put these in your molars and then chew down a bunch of times, so I give it a shot, I guess. Oh, all right, I've been chewing on these for a few minutes now. Initially, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then I felt it through my neck and through my cheeks here, like up on the side. After a couple minutes of chewing, actually it started to hurt now. At first I thought this was nothing, but then you get going and it starts hurting. You can even feel it in your neck and in your cheeks. This is apparently supposed to help with headaches too, so maybe it'll do that. But right now, my jaw is just kind of sore. I can't tell looking at this right now if it did anything, but here's the comparison, I suppose. I can't see like that big of a difference right now. I looked in the mirror and it looks like I might just have a little bit of a jaw pump going on. You know, when you work out in the gym, you get a good pump. It might be a little bit of that in my jaw right now, but I think that's about it. I'll actually have to use these consistently to get a better actual gauge on if they work or not. But they definitely are doing something, so that's a good sign. So we're officially on day 5 of using these things, and I've had a headache like the entire day because I used them a little more than usual, and your jaw gets tight, your neck gets tight. I had to stretch quite a bit, and that did definitely help, especially because your neck will get tight. So I do recommend stretching often if you're using these, because they will give you a tension headache, and like in the back here in your jaw, those muscles will get really tight. I think I'm starting to see a little more definition along the jaw down here. I also move them around in my mouth, so I get a little bit kind of everywhere. I think it's widening out a little bit. I don't really know. I have to keep continually looking back at things to really tell. But so far, so good. I'm feeling it, which is something. It's been about 2 weeks using these things now, and I think I can see a little more definition kind of along the side of my jaw here. I've also noticed it takes a lot longer for my jaw to actually get sore after using these, so that's something. We'll see how this goes after the full 30 days. Something I did notice is right after you use them, your face does kind of become a little puffy up around the sinuses and stuff like that. I think that's just because at that point your muscles are inflamed, but it does also square out your jaw a little bit. So it's a bit of a give and take, and I assume that that kind of inflammation goes down with time, because anytime I wait later in the day, it does go down. It's now been over 30 days that I've been using a Jawzrsizer, and honestly, I've noticed a bit of definition. It mainly comes out when you immediately use it. You get a little bit of a face pump going on, but I already had a pretty defined jawline, and this just helped define it more. It also just goes alongside with me working out more in general. It's just something that will keep my jaw a little more sharp, a little more defined as I model, as I navigate all of that, and just want to have a nice glass cutting jaw. I do think it would be more beneficial if I got ones that weren't just one resistance level. There's some that have multiple different little cubes to chew on that are different resistance levels. So as you build up a tolerance, as your jaw gets stronger, you can add more resistance to it versus just chewing for longer. I did notice the headaches would go away after a while because you build up a strength to them. So that was something as well. It just helps strengthen your jaw. You know, I do a little bit of boxing, so I don't want to get knocked out or anything like that if I'm sparring. So that helps there, I suppose. And just overall having a good, strong jaw, strong teeth, strong head, essentially. Strengthens your neck too. I noticed my neck muscles would be sore after chewing these for quite a while. If you want to check these or similar out, there will be a link in the description so you can get your hands on them if this is something that you want to try. I already had a fairly defined jaw, but I wanted to see if it would actually benefit that as well. I noticed a little bit of improvement over the 30 days. I'm sure if I went for longer, it would benefit more, especially if I upped the intensity, upped the resistance for them. I could also use them more in a day, but I would just use them whenever I had a spare moment, sometimes while driving. They take some time to get used to, but as you realize, they develop a lot of spit in your mouth because you're chewing, so that's what happens, saliva gets flowing. For a low cost, if you want to have a more defined jaw, you can start chewing a lot of gum, which is something I do regularly anyways, and was doing at the same time as this. I noticed I could chew gum for longer without having any like pain in my jaw or my neck or anything like that. So that helps too. Yeah, chew gum, try these if you want to. Link will be in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some value or entertainment out of it. If you did, consider subscribing to join along this journey with me. With all that said, thanks for watching. Work hard, rest often, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.